What's up, superstars? Welcome back to Crypto Cornucopia, where you come for the latest crypto news, education, and a path to prosperity. I make these videos for beginners, so if there's anybody you know that wants to learn more about crypto, share the love and share the video. As you can see, I do hours of research on YouTube every single day, so you don't have to. I know you're busy, so set the video to 1.5 or 1.75 so you get through it quick. Use the links below for more information on what I bring or to sign up and get your journey started. Ask questions so I can help you learn, and watch out for the scammers down in the comments below. If it looks weird, it is weird.
Here we go. It's December 9th, 2021. As of now, since the 9 a.m. opening, for 8 a.m. was just fine, looking good. After that, you can see this drop. BTC went from 49 something down to 48. Ethereum's dropping. Essentially, a lot of things are. But this is what we expect from the month of December. A lot of volatility. People buying, selling, getting ready for the tax season, getting ready for the next year. So you expect a lot of volatility in this market. Let's go into token metrics. And we'll take a look at the indices and what they're saying for the daily. Let's take a look at Kraken. And we have Polygon still because they have an event today. I'm expecting big news with Vitalik Buterin, who's going to that specific conference. You have Sandbox, Energy Web Token, and Decentraland, and Ethereum still. But Ethereum has dropped about 100 points since yesterday. And let's go into market rebellion news. Big news yesterday, crypto CEOs to Congress. I watched the whole thing. It was actually 4.5 hours. I watched 4 hours of it. And it seemed to me like everybody that was asking questions was really just trying to get information. What I'm concerned about is that the headlines aren't showing that. The headlines are not saying that regulators are looking for information and looking to support. Everybody said, thank you for being here. We appreciate all you do. Almost every single senator said that. And instead of just giving them compliments, they asked to find out information, with the exception of one person. And you can go on social media and see that. He actually looked like a tool. So besides that one person, overall, it was, in my mind, amazing. Yet the headlines are not showing it. And today, a lot of what I see is the Evergrande. Even though everybody knows what's going on with Evergrande, they know that the Chinese government has stepped in. So, I don't know, in my mind, it just seems like some type of manipulation. And it's just sad. Sad to see that the markets act like that. As you can see, Phantom is at 148. It was up yesterday about in like 150s, 160s. Matic went all the way up to 240 and got hit again. So that's a bit of a resistance line. And again, that's sad because Matic really should bust through there and get up closer to $3, $3.50 with everything that they have going on. And I'll step into that with what I've got in my slideshow. So ETH actually now has dropped down to 41.6. And, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But this is what I've kind of expected for the month of December. Like I said, a lot of volatility up and down. And this can easily change throughout the day. So we'll see what happens. And let's head into the slideshow. And this is a regular crypto market update. All right. So this is what happened essentially on Friday. You saw a big dip. Bitcoin has seen its worst day since mid-May, thanks to Elon Musk. I'll always bring that up. I hate him. Today's high lies at 53.8K, whereas the low is below 42K. And that was just a quick dip. They call that a wick down. And it came right back up. Essentially, you have buyers at that time. Keeping in mind, Bitcoin is currently over 30% below the all-time record. The following analysis and overview will try to address whether or not the bull market is over. So as explained 3 days ago, the future market was overheated, and this is back on December 4th, by the way. Now we can see one of the main driving forces for today's short dip was a huge flush out in crypto futures market. Open interest drastically plunged. What that means is open interest is and this can be the term for the day, open interest is what people are looking to long or short on, and that's the interest in the market. And I've been dabbling in that leverage from a DEX, which is actually really cool. But open interest is how much people are taking a look to long or short. The more there are, the more entities or whales, whoever you want to call it, want to try to flush them out. Now, if we were just trading and spot trading, what they call is like trading my USD for BTC or trading my Ethereum for Bitcoin, that's just spot trading. But what people are doing is using leverage. What happened last Friday was there was not a lot of volume, and entities, whales, again, whatever term you want to use, notice this. And when there's not a lot of volume and you make a spot order with a lot of Bitcoin, then that can drop the price down immediately. So what happens is they can essentially manipulate that, drop the price, and then buy right back in, essentially making 10-20% in just a matter of minutes. When it comes to the Bitcoin macro picture, we've already outlined the uncertainty is high. Stock markets at the moment can mark the beginning of a multi-month bearish trend with a strong spillover effect into crypto because we are the riskiest market. However, when we look at on-chain metrics, we haven't seen the typical signs that the market is beginning a full-fledged bear market, specifically whales and long-term holders starting to sell en masse, which that begins the bear market. That's not happening. So actually, let me skip right to the next one. What happened was the short-term holders, people that just got into crypto, when this specific entity sold off and Bitcoin crashed, they got scared and they got out. Everybody else that's been in the market, because we can look from online on-chain data, everybody that's been in the market held on, but the people that have not been in, they just got in, they sold off. So short-term holders are taking a ton of abuse. First, the realized profits, their highest profits since March, after the second all-time high break in November, followed immediately by dumping their paper bags and realizing their worst losses since July. Almost no one else is spending here. So this is what on-chain analytics can do. And what they essentially said, they can take a look at the wallets, which have held the Bitcoin for a certain amount of time. And what happened was that the people that have not had Bitcoin for a specific amount of time sold their Bitcoin. And they're the ones that essentially took the loss. And there's always two sides of a trade. Whoever's buying, someone's selling. So the people that overreacted and sold and don't see the bigger picture here, they took a loss. And people that have been holding on for quite some time, they bought in. So the majority, on-chain analysis, the majority of Bitcoin sold over the past 7 days were the ones who were last moved, likely bought above the 60K price range. Therefore, primary sellers were the youngest buyers who sold at a loss. Sad. All right, so this is Lark Davis. He's talking about what's happening over the last year. Okay, so this is all the way back to April, and these are the charts. And this is a low, according to the trend. This is a higher low, another higher low. And even though a lot of people don't actually count wicks down to the bottom, he did. And it's still, even if you count the wick, it is a higher low. And this constitutes an upward trend. Now, if you had a lower low, which if you take a look at some charts, you'll find that. Let's say we started here and there was a lower low. This came all the way down here, and there's another lower low here. That's a downtrend. And you can have bounces, you can have jump ups or jump downs, and that's what we're having right now. We're still in an upward trend. And essentially, if you were to get lower than this wick here at about 40K, that would essentially be problematic. So that's what a lot of people talk about. But charts are charts. This is just human emotions: buying, selling, up and down. So take it for what it's worth. But I think it's a good point. You're still in an upward trend overall for this market because you have higher lows. All right. And again, with all the other, we call this fundamentals. That's charting analysis, and that's one thing to look at. But you also have to look at the fundamentals. And this is all the news that's coming out, which I'm going to go into right now. Institutional managers bought the dip as crypto funds see 154 million in weekly flows. So you have institutions buying in, and they might be selling. They might be selling to tax loss harvest, or to say that they make gains for the people that they have to answer to on the board. But whatever the case is, this is what's happening right now, and this is creating volatility. You have a lot of up, you have a down. You have a lot of down. You have the people that are holding, you have the people that are buying, and then you have the people that are selling because they're afraid of what's happening. All right, so very cool. We talked about the what's happening in Congress, and that happened yesterday. And again, I'm extremely surprised it's not reflecting in the market right now. But again, it's December, volatility. So this was very cool. Tuesday, SEC filings revealed that Morgan Stanley has increased its indirect Bitcoin exposure through several of its funds. Over the June 30th to September 30th period, the firm acquired more than 2.6 million Grayscale Bitcoin Trust shares worth around 118 million. At present, the firm holds approximately 6.6 million shares worth over 300 million at current prices. And this is just there's no. That's what I love about the blockchain. You have transparency. You can see what a wallet is doing. Maybe you don't know that particular person, which I think is good. You need some type of privacy. But these are public companies. They're just not saying what they're doing. They didn't come out. They had to file with the SEC for anybody to know about this. And I feel like they're doing that only in their best interest. They're not looking at the greater good, which sucks. But at the same time, they're a huge entity. And as this comes out, it's important to know that they are buying into the crypto market. Also, Citibank is hiring over 100 people for its digital asset and crypto division, just like Fidelity did about a year ago. Fidelity's already been growing that. So the most important piece of regulation on cryptocurrencies is, and the world as far has arrived. Well, this was last week. I read through all 4 or 5 pages of the proposal for the EU, the European Regulation on Markets and Crypto Assets. so you don't have to. Here are my conclusions. I present to you the most important regulatory framework. First of all, some context. This will be a long post, but sometimes long posts are necessary. The point is that the EU has gone ahead and they've led the way, and they're proposing steadfast regulations for crypto, which is what the space needs. It's often called the Wild West, and I heard it in Congress yesterday when I was listening to that. That's what they call it. Sometimes it's called the Wild West. It's crazy. And that keeps people out of the space. It keeps people out of the technology. So understand that if you are listening to this right now, you are new to it. You're still in early. All right, this is from Tokemetrics, and this is the ETH BTC chart. So this is Ethereum compared to Bitcoin, and Diamond pattern is a huge pattern. And what he's saying is that because of this pattern that's come about in the charts, the belief in Ethereum is becoming stronger and stronger. So it's a good sign for ETH. And actually, because December is so volatile, I didn't want to watch all my little tokens go up and down. So I essentially sold out of most of them, and I put them into ETH because I do believe it'll do well this month. And this was just a nice confirmation for that. This is Barron Network, and I love the chart analysis that he does. And then also he's got his crypto performance. It's called CPI. So when the amplification flips, when it becomes higher than the sentiment, and this is for ETH, by the way, then you can see an uptrend. So they're expecting anywhere from 45 up to 5,000, and this is going to be within the month of December, and this actually has up until the 13th. So we have about 4 or 5 more days. And I don't know how to pronounce her name, but Maiar, the one that I heard about the lunar cycles and all this. She specifically said this coming up Sunday is going to be a big day for ETH. So I can see this uptrend happening in the next few days, specifically if Vitalik Buterin comes out and says that they're working with Polygon to do this, this, and this, which is actually happening today, December 9th. I don't know if it's just for the day, if it's happening for a few days, but I see this weekend doing very well for ETH. And we'll move on to Grayscale. I just thought this was great. Grayscale put out a metaverse report, and I think it's great that they did so. But the biggest takeaway for me is something that I can give to you, and that is, what is Grayscale, one of the most reputable and prolific companies in this space, in the crypto space, what are they putting their money into? They're putting it into Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, Ethereum Classic, Horizon, Litecoin, Stellar Lumens, which was this, I think it was the CEO, was at the hearing yesterday, XRP, Zcash, and a digital large cap fund. There's actually a lot more than this now that I think about it. But the point is, there are cryptos that you can take a look at here that people are putting money into. And I don't particularly like all of these. As a matter of fact, the only ones I do like are Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Horizon. But take a look at Grayscale. Go to their website and then see what else they're putting their money into. I know Basic Attention Token is in there. I know Decentraland, Mana is in there. And if big companies like this are backing it and people trust them and they're putting money into it, and this is a good way for people to get exposure to crypto without feeling like they're exposed, essentially, they don't have to own it themselves, then that's something that you want to take a look at. All right, so moving on to, we're going into altcoins now. So Microsoft's Azure Heroes to Lost Relics, it's filled with veterans of the NFT space. Engine, all right, Engine's been doing really well. They are an OG of the NFT and gaming space. Achieved this by providing developers with better tools that were faster and cheaper to implement than anything else in the blockchain world. Like anything that's built on Ethereum is not going to be good for gaming, because every time you have to buy something, trade something, the fees are too high. Some of these projects have even used Engine's tech stack to integrate blockchain in under 20 or 48 hours. Engine has already been adopted by over 70 game and app developers, and nearly all of them will adopt Affinity. Okay, now Affinity is something that's going to be launching on, well, if they're going for a parachain slot on Polkadot. So Engine is working with Polkadot, and Affinity is going to be a game developer over on Polkadot. So you can buy Affinity and essentially bet on the gaming space over on Polkadot, or you can just buy Engine, which works in it with Affinity, which created it. Oops, I don't know how to get back there. But that was Wax. Wax has got a lot of great news. As a matter of fact, it's over 100% today because they're working with. It's very cheap to do NFTs and gaming there. Oh, I'm sorry, it was Amazon. Wax specifically has come out, and they're working with Amazon, which is huge news for them. And Wax is its own chain, by the way. All right, so nifty news: $2.5 million virtual land sale. Meta Soccer raises $2.2 million, and this is a DAO, by the way. So it's a bunch of people together. Crypto Dragons get excited. Haha, hilarious. Metaverse Group has snapped up a lot of land and said that there's no plans to stop buying plots of Metaverse land across various Metaverse platforms. So think about the way the original housing market works. It's supply and demand, and you just saw in the housing market, if people are buying up houses, then it's driving up the prices. So people like this are betting, I should say entities like this, because it's a bunch of people together in a DAO, decentralized autonomous organization, and they're creating a group where they can raise money and then buy land. So they buy the land, and that's going to raise the prices. But it's amazing that it's going for that much. And I believe this was in the sandbox. Let's see here, but it's either going to be Decentraland or sandbox for sure. All right, and this was something that I thought was very cool. It's called Thetan Arena, and this is something that you can actually you can get an app on your phone and play this game, and you can actually earn crypto. So I thought that was very cool. And then it's just something that I came across, and there are a lot of people that out there that are stuck in their daily lives and don't like what they do. The point is that there's ways to make money on the side, and granted, it might not be a lot, but if you're the type of person that wants to escape from your life and play games, you might as well do it on something that's going to make you money. And this is just getting started. Like I say, over and over and over, if you're listening to me, then this is the beginning. So who's to say that this game isn't going to take off and these tokens aren't going to be worth like Axie Infinity? I saw Axie Infinity $7, and now it's upwards of $120 or $140. But what you can do is you can play this game, earn those tokens, and then they may be worth something down the line. And this is the one that I'm most excited about. This just happened yesterday. They launch their game tomorrow, December 10th. And I minted a racer, ended up getting Earth. I really wanted Fire, because I'm a Leo. But it actually looks like these stats are really good. This is really equals, so that's what I want. But this is essentially Mario Kart on it's Kart Racing League, but this is Mario Kart on the blockchain. So super excited about this. They're going to be doing all types of contests. They're going to have tournaments, and you can play this on the computer. And they even made an Xbox controller, and I thought that was really cool. But this is something I got into, want to share with you guys. If you wanted to do this, then just type in Kart Racing League or KRL. You can go to CoinGecko, and from CoinGecko, you can go to the website and follow them on Twitter, and they'll tell you how to get into the league. I'm not sure if all the NFTs are minted because it's a limited supply. But if you are going to do it, I do it now, because over time this is going to become popular. I highly believe that, and the prices are going to be going up. Just Axie Infinity used to be $20 to buy one of their Axies. Now it costs $1,000 just to get one. So if you think that this is something that can take off, then maybe it's something you want to get into sooner rather than later. All right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.